Testing agencies like CPRI is involved, EMA is involved as an organization, Power Grid is involved, all the major manufacturers are involved, and they have worked collaboratively without any kind of intellectual property. All the informations were freely shared, and they came up with this project, which is an international showcase. Now, one of the conditions of this project was that the first time happened in India, never happened in 765 kV. All the manufacturers who wanted to participate in this were required to sign an MOU, which would make them confirm that they will set up facilities in India for production of all equipments. This was a very significant step taken by Power Grid, because for 765 kV until that time, most of the critical and major equipments were getting imported into India, including some things like connectors were coming from outside India. And in that kind of paradigm, to envisage that this project would only be done out of indigenous equipment was a significant paradigm shift being envisaged by Power Grid, and their vision and their decision and their confidence in Indian electrical community bore fruit when the button was pressed of this inaugurating this substation. The intent of this paper is to share the approach experience during a development process of this gigantic job. Our scope related to development of steel forging, tube bending, and aluminum casting, and of course it also involved substantial augmentation of various test facilities that we had. In the beginning, for system design, various studies were conducted by Power Grid for what configuration they will have at 1200 kV. Studies included corona case studies, air gap insulation studies, tests for voltage distribution, which is very significant for high voltage, and corona RIV studies. Voltage gradient measurement was done, and based on this study, conductor configuration, air gap clearances, and string configuration was finalized, which was handed over to individual component makers and accessories maker as a base framework for which to work upon. The various bundle arrangements were envisaged. Finally, the bundle arrangement that was considered ideal was 8 bundle conductor bus semis with spacing both 450 and 550 subconductor spacing was agreed, and the conductor that was finalized was bus semis for double circuit and moves for single circuit. Lightning impulse withstand voltage and switching impulse withstand voltage levels were prime consideration for insulation coordination. Based on experiment results conducted by PGC and CRI, clearances were also stipulated, like face-to-face clearance, face-to-earth clearance, and face-to-face distance for a special kind of pipe structure which was applicable over there, and the sectional clearance were all finalized. Based on these framework to work upon, we were to design aluminum tubes for CC and grading ring, various steel forgings, and the fabricated steel plates. These are the components which went into the assemblies. CC rings were CC rings are deployed essentially for the purpose of homogenizing the voltage gradient which exists across an insulator chain, because and this challenge gets bigger as the voltage level gets bigger, and it also needed to work as a corona shield to prevent corona from taking place on various smaller radius components which exist in an insulator chain. It was functions as a shield for them. We selected 6063 grade aluminum alloy material for making the ring, and after various studies which was given to us with the help of Deccan insulators, and it was found that Carina ring dia 1100 was best for giving the voltage distribution which was ideal for the intended purpose. These are various data given to us courtesy Deccan insulators, which shows that 1100 kV ring meets all the reference requirements of IEEE. And this is the data. This picture also is given to us by Deccan Insulator, which shows the voltage distribution is very uniform in the event of 1100 kV. As you can see from 1B, there is voltage distribution is very, and there is no significant voltage gradients over here. These are the various illustrations of the different rings over there. Only the insulator chain is much smaller for the display purpose, and it's actually much bigger than this.